And welcome to another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the offense with gorgeous Al Borges. On his birthday, he took time away on his birthday to spend with you breaking down Michigan football film on a loss. Took time away on a loss.
Mm.
That's how much he values you and these film studies. Al, I just got to start out saying thank you, man, for taking time away on your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Well, Sam, to you it might be my birthday, but to me it's Tuesday.
And when do you stop counting now? Is there a time when you stop
When do
counting?
I stopped 20 years ago? What are you talking about? When do I start?
Yeah, man. When you get to a certain point, yes, one of those things. You're just happy. You're
Uh,
happy to see another sunny day.
oh, if I wake up, it's a win. I mean, it's unbelievable now. It's hard to believe I'm 69 years old, Sam. God, it seemed like I was only 19 yesterday. But
Hey, do
and
you get to a point where you're happy where you could just talk about somebody else losing games and not you losing games?
yeah, like I said, I want to see him win because the
I
show
know.
goes better. But doggone it, I sleep okay these days.
I hear you. I hear you. No, it's tough. It's tough when you see the guys lose. You
Yeah,
know,
it is. Yeah.
obviously, because you care, you feel it. You feel it because you love Michigan. You feel it because you get to know these guys. You feel it because you love the people. Our people who watch the film studies, and
People
you
are
know,
awesome. Yeah, we got a great group.
you know when they're down, boy, we hear it. We hear it on these film studies for sure. And this was a tough one. This felt like one that Michigan could get, and especially when they switch quarterbacks and Jack
Hmm.
Tuttle gives them a real boost in this game.
Yeah,
They,
he had a little settling effect, didn't he? He came in there and he looked like he'd done it before. You know what I mean? He was composed. His first three drives were really, really good. He was, moving around, checking the ball down, standing in the pocket, doing some good stuff. But Jax, he hadn't played a while, and you got to get back on the saddle. You got to learn how to ride again. And once in a while, you're going to fall off. And at the end, it wasn't as good as the beginning, obviously. But I thought overall, he gave the fans something to get excited about for the rest of the season. Because I think as he plays more, he's going to give the team a chance to win.
yeah, if they can get it back to where they can play some complimentary football, sustain
Hmm.
some drives,
Yeah.
get some chunk plays in there, get a,
Hmm.
a a passing game that teams have to respect.
Hmm.
This team can get some things going in the second half of the season, even though it's going to be it's the tougher part of the schedule.
It is. Yeah.
So we'll see, but we'll break it down. A lot to dissect in this film study. These film studies, as you well know, if you're watching it, it's the home is on Autograph. Autograph,
Autograph.
this great app that came to us from our good friend, Michigan alum Tom Brady. Tom and his crew over at Autograph had this great idea. Why don't we reward fans for doing what they do, being fans, for being loyal, for supporting their team,
Hmm.
right? They like to read about their teams and listen to content about their teams and watch content about their teams. What if we gave them a place where they could do all of that and then, be rewarded for it? That's what
Mm.
Autograph is all about. So you can watch the film studies exclusively on the Autograph app. And the great thing about it is when you do that, watch the football film study with Al, and of course the one with Vance, you accrue points, and then you can redeem those points for rewards later on, not just from watching the film studies, but from all the content that you consume here on the Autograph app. Get those points, redeem those points for rewards a little bit later on. And of course, we are next week, by the way,
Next
going
week.
to do the Buckeye breakdown, the Buckeye film study. So be sure to donate to the Buckeye breakdown. I think we're only going to do one of them because I think you Michigan fans are not feeling too confident at this point. So I think we'll probably we'll probably stick to maybe one Buckeye breakdown right now, maybe build up to another one depending on how the
Mhm.
next few weeks go. We'll definitely be doing the Buckeye breakdown next week. So if you want to help out with the Buckeye breakdown and funding the Buckeye breakdown, be sure to get in the comment section. Be sure to get on that PayPal link in the description and help us fund the Buckeye breakdown because it's Al's birthday. Maybe you just want to give him a birthday present. Do
Yeah,
that by funding the Buckeye breakdown.
I like that.
So Al, let's go ahead and get into these plays for this film study. Yeah, this was one where they started out with Alex Orji. All right,
Mhm.
he got what 18 plays in this
Well,
game.
he got 18 snaps. There was actually 16 plays. They had a defensive offsides where a play wasn't running, I think a false start. So 16 plays, really.
So
Got
as we get into
false.
it, and certainly we got into it in the breakdown, but for those, some folks only watch the film study, but he had a couple of batted balls. I'm curious. Did you feel like watching him play that he played poorly and he was pulled because he played poorly? What did you think about
Oh
how
no,
he played?
I don't think he didn't play poorly. He didn't play long enough to really play poorly. I think uh, what they asked him to do, he pretty much did. I think he had one play I thought on a power play he could have pulled the ball, but he got plays two throws batted. Here's the first one now, and this is just a crying shame. Now, this is we didn't tell her straight this play, but I just want to show you how there can be some misfortune here. Now, he's back in the pocket. He's got Loveland over the top, wide open. The play pass, they suck up. Oh, there's a beautiful hole right between there. Now, the thing about Alex, he's got kind of what I call a low sling. He's got a snap release now. His ball comes out, boom, lickities. But it's a low sling, so there's not a lot of lift to the throw. Uh, so guys like that will tend to get balls batted down. Even taller guys sometimes with a low sling will get the ball batted down. Now, and the next question is, well, why don't you coach him to release it higher? Get it so that doesn't happen. Well, if it doesn't coincide with your natural release, you'll be throwing the ball all over the lot. I try, I've heard guys talk about you got to release that. That's just to me nonsense. Guys just don't throw the ball very well that way because they'll start missing easy throws. You start doing that. So it's unfortunate. The guy blocked the ball from like the line of scrimmage. This was good protection, and they probably mushed him a little bit where they were going to make him throw, and just kind of threw their hands up. Be honest with you, I think this is luck. But you can see, doggone it there, Sam. If he hits that now, that's a nice chunk. This is what we were talking about, Sam. Attacking the middle of the field with play action passes. This is it. And there's the chance, and it didn't work. It didn't go. Okay. Now, on the flip side, now we got a 3rd and 7. Same instance now. They blitz him. He's got single coverage. What they got going here, again, I didn't telestrate these because I just wanted to emphasize the ball being knocked down. They got a little follow route going with a shallow cross, guy coming in behind him, and 2 outside guys are running breakouts. Well, they're singled up. The guy to Alex's right is way off him. You could see from that angle, if you could play that back, Sam, the guy is way off. He's got an easy pitch and catch, which the week before, do you remember? He threw that pass complete, okay? So he's thinking, I got him singled up. I'm going to take it. So he takes the drop, 1, 2, 3, hitch, drive the throw. Guy throws his paw up in the air, and bam, there's another one batted down. And you go, oh, God. See, now that's 2 plays. One would have kept a drive going. One would have taken a big chunk, right? And the other would have kept a drive coming. This is 3rd and 7. He's got an easy completion. And that ball's batted down, and Khalil does a great job in pass protection of slowing that guy down. He just throws his hand up, and it happens, I guess. I mean, I watch this happen to great quarterbacks. Kurt Warner, great quarterback, kind of a low sling. He used to get balls knocked down. So, it can happen, but it's just these little things here are keeping you from getting chunks of yardage or keeping the chains moving. And this is an instance where they could have kept the chains moving.
And that was his last play.
And that was his last play, right? And Sam, I didn't. I can understand why they took him out. I do, but it wasn't from what I would call necessarily poor play. Okay, this is an unfortunate thing to have happen, but they weren't really feeling it. And then I think it was 14-0, and they were starting to think, oh God, if they get another one, we're going to be so far behind. So they wanted to give Jack a chance, and Jack looked like he was prepared when he came into the game. So I understand it, but I kind of feel bad for Orji uh, because of what the way the way the events went. It was kind of lousy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it felt like they had finally figured out some things for him in the run game.
They
To
did.
a plan for him in the run game after a couple of weeks because
Yeah,
it was clearly a work in progress for them from that standpoint.
yeah. 2+1 runs, which we talked about, right?
Mhm.
2+1s, and almost every running play featured his ability to pull the ball, and that's good. That's good because that's what you need to do if he's going to be in a game.
Right, and so that was different. That was different, and it was like, okay, this seems like this is a plan that you could work with. Now you got to start working the plan for him in the passing game that could give you something coherent that you could work with, that could be something consistent. And clearly they were not moving the ball through the air. I mean, we
No.
showed the batted passes, but they were not moving the ball through the air to the point where you felt like it was going to threaten Washington consistently. And so that was the reason for the change.
Yeah,
Whether
and
that was them feeling like he wasn't progressing fast enough or them just not having a good enough plan, whatever the case may be,
yeah.
they needed a boost.
At the end of the day, Sam, as unfortunate it is to get balls tipped, you got to be a results-oriented manager, right? And if it isn't getting done, and if you feel during the course of the football game that you need a spark, you got to do what you got to do. And they did it, and I think they probably did it at the right time. And uh, it worked out very nicely for a while. Okay, so it's something you can build on, and there's nothing saying that Alex Orji can't still have a role on this football team. But at this point, I would be surprised if they didn't go with Tuttle because it seems to work into what they really want to do more.
I absolutely think that's the case. I absolutely think that's the case. I think it's more in line with I keep saying from a play call perspective, last year's,
Right,
what they were doing last year, which
right,
is where they want to be,
right.
which is the
He's not
direction.
JJ McCarthy, but he's JJ esque in that he can move around a little bit and I think complete some passes. I was impressed with a few plays where we're going to show a couple here where he really looked comfortable in the pocket. He looked, unperturbed by the rush and made some throws in some traffic, and he looks like he's got a chance. He's got to play. And when you haven't played in a while and you haven't been hit in a while, there's a tendency to fumble, okay, because of that you just haven't experienced that in a while. You got to live through some interceptions or a turnover, which nobody wants to see at this point. But if he's going to play, he's going to have to do some of the things the other guys had to do, and then
Yeah,
maybe some growing pains to go with that.
yeah, he's closer to he takes you to where the offense is gonna be. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is where the offense is gonna be moving forward. What you're gonna be with Alex Orji as your quarterback is gonna be a one-off as an offense. This is not
Right.
what your offense is gonna be moving forward.
Yeah.
If he's your quarterback. So, um, moving on to the next play, and this is actually in Orji play
Mm-hmm.
while he was in the game, but it was one of those plays that was interesting because it was a deviation from convention for them, at
Mm-hmm.
least seemingly. Al, I saw this
Seemingly.
play. I was like,
Seemingly.
this was not in the line of the ordinary for them.
Yeah. And something that Washington did more than any of the other teams they'd played previously, they showed more fronts. They showed more fronts. And one of the fronts that was a little unusual was the split front. Split front meaning there's two wide guys on your guards. Okay. And in this case, and we're going to show you, they're really wide. Okay. They take both their defensive tackles and hell, it's first down. You'll see this front sometimes on third down to get pass rush, but first down, highly unusual. So, and this is a tackle for loss, and I think we need to talk about why just so we have a little better understanding. This view seemed to be the best one to watch it from. We read a counter OT play, which is a counter with the backside tackle and guard pulling. Remember, there's a lot of ways to counter. You can counter with a guard and a fullback. You can counter with the H back and the guard. You can counter with the center and the H back. Well, this one is an OT. You're countering with a backside guard and the backside tackle. Now, there's an issue on this play trying to do it that way. The wide four, we're gonna detail this a little bit more and talk about some options. The defensive tackle is in what we call a 4-eye. 4 means you're head up on the offensive tackle, and I means now you're inside the offensive tackle. Well, that's way out there now. That's now the 4-eye. The defensive tackle is in a 4-eye. That means he's inside of link. Okay. So this is a counter read play. So there's where the defensive tackle lines, and then the read defender. The read defender is a guy he's going to watch to see if he's going to pull the ball or not. Okay. He may pull it, he may not, depending on what number 5 there does. If he closes down hard, he may pull it and go around the edge. If he looks up or hunts up the quarterback, he'll go ahead and hand him the ball. The problem with this play is it never gets started, okay? And they bring the Mike linebacker from that split look in the A gap. But Michigan takes care of it. They take care of it. I think it's brave. Knocks him off. Just what I call domino block him. He just knocked him down. And then left tackle, I believe it's Percy, comes down and blocks the 3. So those 2 guys are handled. That's what you need on this play. Here's where it gets dicey, okay? Very difficult block. The center has to go all the way back to block a 4-eye. And if that 4-eye blasts up the field or storms, he's hard to get. And you can come really flat and all that and still not get him. I mean, this was one of the reasons the OT play in the old days had to be tweaked a little bit so you could keep it in the offense, is because of wide 3 techniques, okay? So that's very difficult. Can you pull the center? Maybe. That's usually what they do, right? They usually, if there's a real wide 3, you could pull the center and the left tackle, right? And let the guard just block the 4-eye. Well, they don't do that here, and it ends up burning them. The guard pulls to kick out the edge. The tackle pulls to wrap up inside on number 24. And now you can't see him, but the receiver's going to come down and block 42 in case the ball's pulled. So there's some perimeter blocks to escort the quarterback, okay? And there goes Donovan. Oh, but there goes that 3 technique, or 4-eye technique, blowing up the field before Crippen can get back and get him. Okay, and you can see just how difficult this is. I mean, you get to have half a chance, you got to drop step like hell and almost throw your head across him, and it's just, it's hard to do. Hard to do. He probably could have done a better job than that, but it's still, that said, that's a difficult thing to execute.
Michigan always, I mean, in past years, they always make that. They would always pull the center. They make the adjustment. The guard blocks that guy, and they pull the center in the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe OTs or OTs, they don't change. I don't know. But I know anytime it's an OF or it's an OH, they literally always pull the center. But maybe this play, they just don't want to do it. And I'm not sure why you'd have to ask them. But that's the issue. That's the issue. Wide 3s on counter OTs can be a pain in the butt.
See, this to me, and this is one that I'll ask about. It's the bye week.
Yeah, it's worth asking.
It's worth asking. But I'm betting that this is one that maybe the center didn't make the call. Who
knows? I don't know. I know this play, the evolution of this football play, it was popularized by the Redskins in the NFL. It was run before that. Nebraska used to run this play way back. But and the thing that kind of, you stop seeing it as much in the NFL because of just this issue, is people were taking a wide 3 or a 4-eye and blasting him up the field and either knocking off the pulling tackle or disallowing the center to seal block him. So they started holding the guard in and pulling the center or OFing, you know what I mean, and not pulling the tackle so he didn't get knocked off. So, there were answers to it, but the OT kind of came out of football. It was so popular for a while, but it kind of came out of football because of some of those issues.
I'm just using just a little deductive reasoning and just looking at how regularly they make this adjustment, and to
Mhm.
think that they wouldn't in this instance. I mean, the law, how often they say that we can't get that guy,
Mhm.
and then to think that they could, the odds of that they would get this guy. This is a really hard freaking block to
Yeah.
think he's gonna get all the way over a man and a half to get this guy. Damn
Yeah.
near impossible block.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be some centers that can do it, but they're the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah, Oluwatimi's not walking through that door, and they didn't ask Olu to make this block.
No.
They didn't ask Cesar Ruiz to make this block. And that's a first and second round pick we're talking about. So, no, I think this is probably one where, remember, this is Crippen's first start. I can
And
easily.
he probably makes that call.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happens. It happens. I'm
Mhm.
betting that this is one of those that they missed the call. Missed the call on it. So, this is what a bye week is for, I think. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just guessing now
Mm-hmm.
based
Yeah,
on
bye
his.
weeks are always a great opportunity to shore things like that up, and in their case, really work on that passing game, particularly if in fact there's going to be a new quarterback.
Yep. All right. On to the next one, Coach Borges. Let's get another play in here. Another telestration.
Okay, let's watch a good play. Sam, we watch balls getting batted down, four eyes storming up the field. Let's watch a good play. All right, this is let's see what's the title. We see the title yet? Yeah, G lead. We know the G lead, Sam. We know that play, huh? We've talked about it, but I don't think I've illustrated one this year. G lead versus under, which means the front is overshifted towards the tight end. The nose is shaded toward the tight end. They're bringing the Sam linebacker, the strong outside linebacker, off the edge and playing cover three. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Ooh, when they bring that guy off the edge, that guy's always going to come inside. So, but tight end handles him. He handles him. He does a nice job. They double team that nose guard, and they don't rub off to the backer on this. They literally double team him and stay double teamed. Okay. Well, usually they'll fall off for the backside linebacker. Oh, there goes that linebacker off the edge. There goes that linebacker off the edge of the blitz. Oh, but the right guard, I believe it's Gio, kicks him out very nicely. Well done. So they wash that stand-up guy. They kick out that blitzer. They double down on that nose guard. And then the backside, I call it a gut block. Gut meaning guard and tackle are going to go and zone that three technique. We'll show you that. There they go. Okay, they're going to double team him up to that weak inside linebacker. So they're all secured, okay? Down, kick, zone the backside.
Okay.
Okay. Samaj goes in motion. He going to run the bubble. Now, later on, we're going to show you, they actually throw the bubble, but it's not off this play. It's off a duo, but same idea, okay? But on this one, there's really no reason to. And of course, that's that whenever they're throwing the bubble, it's the receiver's got to do the MDM deal, most dangerous man between the corner and the safety. We showed you that last week if you watched. So, but that ball doesn't go out there this time because we got a nice looking running surface. So, Khalil, and this is what I like about Khalil. We talked about this. He's big enough to make these blocks. He's going to run through right off the butt of that tight end who washed that stand up and isolate on that strong inside linebacker. He got 230 something odd pounds and a lot of athleticism to put a whippet on that guy. Okay. Donovan's going to take the ball, run right in behind that kick out or inside that kick out and right in behind Khalil. And you've got to get a nice looking gain here. This was really well handled versus a pressure defense with no leaks. Boom, kick out, lead. Nicely done. Very nicely done. And what might even be a better perspective is this. Watch him wash 52. Boom. Khalil hits 11. Like to see him finish that a little better, but we got good impact. Play
See,
got started.
you worry that when you take Bredesen off the field that you might lose something, but Khalil, you can
Oh
still
no, he's capable. He's
Khalil
capable. He's
is
very
capable.
capable.
Can
Now,
still do
Sam,
that.
he doesn't have to do it all the time because you got Bredesen, right?
Mhm.
But here and there, if you can get both those dudes on the field at the same time, that's good stuff because you
Yeah.
don't know who's getting the ball. And Khalil is capable of doing some of the stuff Bredesen does. So I love this group. This is a good group. You got a fast guy for the bubble. You got two backs in the backfield. Both of them are big play threats. Good looking play. Well schemed. Well done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it. Hopefully that's something in the bye week they're working on, getting those more of that personnel grouping, those two on the field together, more Donovan in the passing game. Yeah, figuring how to get your most explosive personnel on the field more often.
Absolutely. And I believe, can you play that back one more time, Sam? Just that end zone view. Can you do that? Is that
Extends on you.
I
Got
believe that's Loveland, if I'm not mistaken, playing the tight end. And you can see uh, he does a nice job of washing that guy down. And this is what Colston's done, really, I think, improved at. He's become a pretty darn good inline blocker, which he did little to none of last year. That's him, I believe. Yeah, he's really developed himself. And if he wants to play at the next level, this is always something you can showcase. Really raise your stock.
Colston. That was
Yeah.
Colston for
Yeah,
sure.
that's him. Yeah, he. I just have noticed him, and when I grade him on the inline, he's not always perfect, but he's gotten a ton better as he's
Yep.
gone. He is not one of those tight ends gets his butt kicked every time he steps up to block a seven technique.
Yep. Folks, if you want to see the rest of this film study, all you have to do is download the Autograph app. It is free and available on
Ooh, free's good.
Android and iOS. All you
Free's
have
good.
to do is scan this QR code. Again, it is free and available on Android and iOS. And the great thing about our friends at Autograph, see, they reward you for doing the things that you already do as fans. That's reading your favorite blogs, listening to your favorite podcasts, watching your favorite videos like the film studies.
A film study, yeah.
Right. The
Man,
film studies are available
film
exclusively
study's good, Sam. It's good stuff.
on the Autograph app. And as you consume these fan offerings on the Autograph app, you accrue points. And then as you accrue these points, later on, you can redeem these points for rewards like tickets and exclusive fan events. You name it, they're doing great things for fans over at Autograph. So again, get on over there, download the app by scanning this QR code. Or, for folks who don't like QR codes, all you have to do is type in this URL. It is link.ag.fan/Sam Webb. Again, that's link.ag.fan/Sam Webb. Get it that way and start enjoying the Autograph app now. And by the way, you remember we've been telling you about this Buckeye breakdown, this Buckeye film study that we're going to do in the bye week? We are going to do it as planned, as scheduled, right? We aren't going to shy away because Michigan lost 2 games.
No, we're not.
We're still going to do it next week, break down the Buckeyes over the first 5 or 6 games of the season. Going to do it next week. This counterintelligence reconnaissance mission that we've been on. And we're going to give you all that intel. And who knows? I got a feeling that there's some people in Ann Arbor that have a vested interest in what the Buckeyes are doing who might be paying attention too. So when you watch the film study, some others might watch the film study, right? So when you help fund the film study, you might be helping out a bigger cause. So help fund the film study, right? And you might be giving Al Board just a birthday present because it's Al's birthday. So help fund the film study by clicking that PayPal link. It's up on your screen. It's in the description. It's in the comment section. We'll do the Buckeye breakdown, the Buckeye film study next week. We'll be back with that. Remember to download the Autograph app. Enjoy these film studies on Autograph. And we'll see you next time.